For a while, it seemed as though James Spader had simply disappeared. One moment, he was inescapable, captivating audiences with performances that lingered long after the credits rolled. The next, he was gone. No big announcements, no scandals, no formal farewell. And now, years later, the question persists, why did James Spader step away from Hollywood? And why did he never seem concerned about returning? Spader's early life offers hints about his later choices. He was raised in faculty housing at Brooks School, where his father taught English and his mother taught art at a nearby school. Later, he attended Phillips Academy in Andover, one of the nation's most prestigious prep schools. On paper, it was an environment of privilege, education, and opportunity. In practice, it was a modest household stretched thin on teacher salaries. Spader learned early that life required resourcefulness, curiosity, and self-reliance. Despite the surroundings, he was not a traditional student, restless and mischievous. He often clashed with rules and authority. School felt confining. The world beyond the classroom seemed far more interesting. By the age of 10, he was already seeking ways to make money, running errands, babysitting, selling goods from a homemade stand, and even producing a one-time campus newspaper. It wasn't about accolades. It was about curiosity, survival, and the early instinct to create and engage with the world. His parents fostered independence while modeling integrity. Spader later described his father, who ran the dorm where James lived, as calm, fair, and respected by students. Even the troublemakers followed the rules in his dorm, not from fear, but from genuine admiration. Watching human behavior closely, noticing patterns of interaction and emotion, would become the foundation of Spader's later acting craft. Everything changed when he discovered acting. It provided focus in a way nothing else had. For the first time, something felt entirely aligned with him. By 17, he left school and moved to New York City to pursue acting full-time. The reality was brutal. Auditions were countless, rejections frequent, and money scarce. To survive, he took odd jobs, shoveling horse manure, working randomly wherever he could, even teaching yoga without any training, improvising classes, and sometimes falling asleep mid-session. It was chaotic, unpolished, and entirely about surviving. Hollywood quickly labeled him. His striking appearance made him too handsome to be the quirky, offbeat actor he felt inside. When he didn't fit the clean-cut leading man mold, he became the villain and excelled. Throughout the 1980s, he became the actor audiences loved to hate, slick, manipulative, morally ambiguous men who were magnetic and unsettling. In Pretty in Pink, his audition reportedly elicited an instinctive sense of unease from the casting director before they realized it was just acting, a testament to his uncanny ability to affect viewers physically and emotionally. By the late 1980s and into the 90s, he transitioned to leading roles, but never conventional ones. He sought characters driven by obsession, desire, and psychological complexity. Much of this traced back to his upbringing. He grew up in a home where nudity, sexuality, and privacy were treated as natural, not taboo. His family's openness instilled in him an early understanding of intimacy, power dynamics, and human behavior. Observing the world closely, often in ways others overlooked, became second nature. That habit of noticing, understanding, and internalizing people's actions informed the depth he brought to every role. By 40, many actors see the phone slow down. Spader's career, paradoxically, was reaching clarity. He wasn't climbing ladders or chasing fame. He prioritized summers with his children, choosing projects that intrigue him rather than guaranteed commercial success. The 2002 film Secretary marked a turning point. Playing E. Edward Grey, Spader portrayed a man of emotional control, obsession, and calculated intimacy. Co-star Maggie Gyllenhaal described their first encounter. He barely acknowledged her, fully inhabiting the role. Over time, their interactions became a ritual, professional, precise, and quietly intense. That blend of actor and character, where performance and reality merge, became a hallmark of Spader's work. Television soon became a natural home. On The Practice, he played Alan Shore, a brilliant, ethically flexible lawyer. The role transitioned to Boston Legal, paired with William Shatner. On paper, two dominant actors seemed like a disaster waiting to happen, but on screen, the combination was extraordinary. Spader's controlled intensity contrasted Shatner's flamboyance, creating a rhythm that allowed the show to explore comedy, morality, and human complexity. His performance earned consecutive Emmys, solidifying his reputation as a master of controlled, unsettling charisma. Spader's career is also defined by near misses and unconventional choices. He once pursued the role of Brick Tamland in Anchorman, a character ultimately played by Steve Carell. Though the part seemed ill-fitted for him, chaotic, loud, cartoonish, he immediately recognized the humor and absurdity. This willingness to embrace unexpected material demonstrates a recurring pattern. Spader seeks challenges, complexity, and novelty rather than predictability. When Steve Carell left The Office, Spader stepped in as Robert California. Initially intended as a minor character, California quickly expanded. Calm, manipulative, and unshakably confident, he was a stark contrast to Scranton's usual chaos. The Office thrived on vulnerability, awkwardness, and emotional tension. Robert California was none of those things. He observed, judged, and dominated scenes rather than reacting. While the role showcased Spader's precision, it disrupted the ensemble's rhythm, highlighting the gap between his controlled intensity and the show's improvisational style. This reflects Spader's guiding philosophy. He chooses projects for interest, not visibility or financial gain. His body of work, from Dream Lover to Crash, to Secretary, to voicing Ultron in Avengers, Age of Ultron, reveals a fascination with complex, morally ambiguous, or psychologically intricate characters. Even in high-profile blockbusters, he avoids convention, leaving his mark through intelligence, intensity, and unpredictability. Off-screen, Spader's priorities reinforced his trajectory. He built a family, slowed his career for summers with his children, and avoided Hollywood spectacle. Meticulous and obsessive on set, he demands truth and authenticity in performance, yet remains disengaged from the industry's social machinery. Acting is craft, not a path to fame. Spader's presence, calm, calculating, morally layered, has become his signature. Even in gentler roles, there's an underlying intensity. He gravitates toward misfits, antagonists, and complex figures who live on the edges of convention. His work is celebrated yet selective, respected yet not omnipresent. Ultimately, James Spader didn't vanish because he failed. He disappeared because he chose to. He built a career based on curiosity, craft, and personal priorities rather than exposure, profit, or celebrity. When he works, he gives everything. When he steps back, he truly steps away. That balance between immersion and retreat, intensity and absence, defines one of the most enigmatic and compelling careers of modern Hollywood.